Here's a bear. This'll work. You can say hi.
Hi. So we are doing a question video as a special guest, me. And if you guys were wondering what happened to our cooking show, it's just that we just kind of got off track with planning summer and doing summer stuff. So we'll try and do that this year.
Okay, people probably have been wondering. Do you want to introduce who you are?
Everybody, as you know me, I am one of the Amphia and Kirkov kids, obviously. Alex, because you saw that special guest Alex, and I'm her.
And how old are you?
8. Raylan is at volleyball today.
And what grade are you going into?
I'm going into 3rd grade.
And what does that mean? What is awesome about 3rd grade?
That there's a new teacher. She was new last year, but she's really fun and exciting.
That's cool. All right, so this is our Friday Q&A day. This is, what?
I saw the video.
Oh, you saw the video on there. Where I like to not plan content and just answer some questions. And I had a good one from Abby. She asked, if someone asks you for information about your business opportunity and you give them information, how long do you wait to follow up? And how many times do you try to check in and follow up? So my answer to this is that every relationship has to be considered different. And I guess I do not have a regimented time to follow in, but this is some tips that I do to make sure that people that I have talked to, especially if I'm on their social media, they see me and they know what's going on. So I make sure that I'm commenting on their posts regularly and often. I mean, not stalkerish or anything like that, but that I'm commenting on their posts regularly, that I'm seeing what they're doing. I make sure that I take opportunities to follow up with them. But here's the number one thing that I do when it comes to sending people information about my business. When I send them that information, I set up a time to follow up. So I'll say, if I sent you this information and you got it by Tuesday, would you have time to look at it and we can follow up on Friday or on Thursday? But I'll set up the time for the follow-up as I'm sending the information. And what that does is that gives that follow-up instantaneous time. And then as far as additional follow-ups are concerned, I follow my gut. I try not to be too aggressive, but I don't let too much time go by either. And I let people know, hey, I'm checking in with you today. I wanted to make sure you had all your questions answered. Is there any additional information I can provide for you? Yada, yada, yada. So I think you have to learn to ask for the sale and ask to follow up with people. And I think that's probably going to be the most helpful. The other question that I got was from Brenda, and she asked what books I recommended for leadership. And so I bumped up a post that has literally dozens of book recommendations in there. I'm currently reading The 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins, and I'm absolutely loving it. It really goes well with the Miracle Morning. If you've been struggling getting a Miracle Morning going and started, I would really recommend checking out The 5-Second Rule. That might be really helpful to you. So if you have any other questions, you can ask them below in the comments, and I will be happy to answer them. In the meantime, I'm going to have Miss Alex here answer questions because she is learning leadership right now too, right? Mm-hmm. What's the first thing that you've learned about leadership? What's an important thing?
The first thing that a leader has to do is listen to our people. So I'm little. I'm not a leader yet. To some little people, I might be, like my sister and little cousins. But what I have to do is I have to listen to a question and then think and then answer the question and add in my own ideas from the person's own ideas.
That's instead of doing what?
Instead of making my own ideas and doing my own ideas and not adding other people in.
So it's about being
helpful
with other people. That's about being a good leader. And you really want to be a leader, right?
Yes.
You really want to be a boss, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you have a lot of big dreams, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, that's a good lesson. And I think even adults can learn that from kids. Just because you're a kid doesn't mean you don't get to be a leader to big people. You can be a very good example of a leader to big people, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think you can be a good example of a leader to big people?
Yes, because when I go into antique shops, people might think, oh no. But then I show them how I act and they're like, oh,
So is that another way you're a good leader? Leading by example?
yep.
By showing people how
Yep.
to act?
Mm-hmm.
You're getting very good at that, aren't you?
Yes.
You've not always been so good at that. So does that mean people can change?
Yes.
Is that a good attribute for a good leader?
Mm-hmm.
That they're willing to change and be coachable maybe?
Yes. If you're willing to change something about your life, that's something that really matters to you. If you're willing to do something to make something happen, it really matters to you.
So what's one of your challenges? Oh, whoop, there's a question. How do you feel about thank you posts on your personal page? I've been doing them on my business page after I've asked permission so my network can see that people are buying. Well, we love thank you notes, don't we? How do we do thank you notes around here?
We say, dear somebody.
But do we do them? Do we do them on the computer?
No, we take a fold out, a vertical,
A card,
a card.
and we write it out, right?
Yep.
So what I think is, I've never posted a thank you post on my page ever, and I don't think that they're wrong. So I think if something's working for you, by all means, keep doing it. What I've done instead is I have always written out handwritten thank you notes. My kids have helped me do that occasionally. And then what I also do is I ask for people to write on my Facebook page, on my personal page, testimonials. So I ask them to go onto my page and write about products that they're using. Yes, yes, I saw that. So I just want to, whoops, let me get that. Anyway, sorry, I was getting a text. So I don't think they're wrong to do. I think it's great that you're asking permission. I think that is above all important. But I would consider adding to that, asking your customers, if you're writing them thank you cards, you're connecting with them really well already. I would consider asking them to provide a testimonial on your page, to review your products on the page, to post a picture of their favorite product and tag you in it. Yes, we're on the screen, and you can't watch the screen and watch here. You have to pick. This is probably the best place. So that was a good question. Do people what do people think about Alex when they get a note in the mail, a card in the mail? What do you think when you get a card in the mail?
That somebody took time to talk to me.
And do you think that ever changes? Do you think people would ever change the way that they feel like as an adult? Do you think they'd feel the same way if they got a nice piece of mail?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. So I've had people write reviews on my business page, not my personal page. How do you learn about coaching people so you know you are being effective? You listen. You listen for that effectiveness and to come through. Coaching is no more than learning and sharing what you've learned and putting your own personal twist on it. That's all coaching is. Coaching isn't any kind of coaching isn't really new. It's all regurgitated stuff that you've learned, stuff that you've probably learned as a child and you've built up and grown upon, and things that you've read. If you notice when you read any kind of like a self-development book or it's often the same message repeated over and over and over again with just a little bit different language. And so I think that's your job as a coach, to take what you've learned and to apply it to other situations. But it really comes down to listening. And one of the biggest things that I've learned about being a good coach is when somebody's talking to me, I listen to them and then I say, okay, this is what I've heard from you. And I repeat back what my interpretation of what they've said is. That way there's no misinterpretation of the message that's being come across. So if somebody's saying, I'm having a hard time with sales, I've tried absolutely everything and nobody is buying from me. And so I might repeat back. So what I'm hearing from you is that you're really frustrated with your lack of sales and you feel like you're doing everything to get all those sales. Is that right? And they'll say yes or no. And then I'll say, okay, well, let's go over all of the things that you're doing for sales and see if we can bridge some gaps and brainstorm some different kinds of ideas for you. And that's really nothing new, but what psychologically it does for people is it lets them know they're being heard. And I think all people need to be heard. Do you hate it when adults talk over you and don't let you be heard?
Yes.
Does that drive you nuts?
Mm-hmm.
It probably drives all people nuts. And I think that's probably the most effective part of being a coach is letting people know that you're listening and saying that out loud, and then acknowledging them for what they're struggling with, and just saying, using the feel, felt, found model, saying, I understand how you feel. I felt that way before myself, and what I found was, and then you kind of tell the lesson, and that's letting people know that they're listened to, they're related to, and that there's a solution to that problem. And then, I think the other thing with coaching people is being really open that you don't always have the answers, being really open that this is a collaborative effort and you're learning together. I think that's a good sign of effective leadership, collaboration, I think, overall. So say hi to my friend Natalie. She just joined.
Hi, Natalie.
She's a very good leader. She's on my team. She kicks butt.
I know. I've had to do upline on her.
Oh, you have. So she's bringing in lots of people, don't you? Because you've had to. So one of the jobs that she has is she goes in my customer management system, and she makes sure that everybody is connected with their upline leader. So when somebody joins, there's an option to create a related contact. And so she knows when my people are recruiting, because she is constantly tagging or connecting their upline. So you've seen Natalie's name a lot. Natalie also is the one, remember we listened to my friend that has her own CDs and music that's her. Oh. She's famous. How cool, huh?
She's been on a billboard before.
I have been on a billboard before. That is my claim to fame. My claim to fame is a billboard. I was on a billboard a couple times. It was great. My face giant for the entire city to see. You thought that was cool, huh? Yeah, you got to be in that photo shoot.
I did. I was on the billboard too.
No, you were in that photo shoot though, so you got your pictures. Thoughts on training a team versus using already established training? I use it all. You cannot repeat a lesson too many times, because here's the thing. As a leader, you're going to connect with some people, but you're not going to connect with all people. You are going to, and when you show collaboration with other leaders and establish stuff that's already there, what that shows is that you are willing to let somebody else collaborate with you and help you lead, and you're not reinventing the wheel and recreating things that are already there. And that's going to be a great example for your team. And your team needs to know that they need to be working on creating, additional content and things that are necessary, and not reestablishing things that are already there. I also think it's great to show off other personalities and things that people have to offer, because we all have something to offer. So showing off, who maybe stuff that your upline has put together, and even having your downline do some trainings with you and for you, because it really helps to establish confidence and leadership, and it helps to establish that you're willing to work with other people and work together, and you don't have to do it all. Because let me tell you what, when you feel like you have to do it all, it doesn't work. How many times does it work when I try to clean the whole house by myself? I end up making a mess.
Especially when she cooks.
Especially when I cook. So what happens when I get some help from my family members?
It goes through fast, and it works out.
So don't you think that, and then we're done sooner, and we can all do something cool together, right?
Yeah.
We can all have fun, and that's what we want to do. So I think that lesson goes, you can copy and paste that lesson anywhere, with your family, with your business, jobs.
And today, especially, we had to pack suitcases yesterday, and she's really good at that, so she helped us with that, because we're going to a family reunion today.
So what are we doing at our house today to get ready to go? What does your dad make sure happens every time we go?
I vacuumed.
So we had to get the house clean, so we come home to a clean house, right?
Yes.
So we're doing some housekeeping before we do a big project?
We did the dishes yesterday. I did the toilets yesterday. We did the bathrooms yesterday, so.
We're almost done, aren't we? Mm-hmm. We just got my mess to pick up, because I'm the one that leaves the biggest mess in the house. That's true. It's a true story.
To pick up your mess? He only said vacuum.
We probably should. Well, most of it's going to get
Can
back.
we do a makeup video today?
Maybe we can do a makeup video today.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I
think
think
we didn't get to do it yesterday.
We didn't, but I don't know how I feel about you wearing makeup to Nebraska. So we may figure something out, okay? All right, so I think we're going to go. I think you guys had amazing comments
I
and
could
questions.
wear concealer. We had concealer in our bathroom.
Yes, you could wear concealer, but you're hashtag not going to.
I have pores too.
You have pores too. Not quite.
Yeah, I do. I have tiny, tiny pores.
They're
so I have
coming.
more than you.
Yeah, for which to create your newly found teenage zits. Are you so excited?
No!
Hey, we didn't do our cod liver oil today. We got to do that after this video.
Oh, okay.
Are you
we
gonna do it?
during this video? Because some people aren't watching.
Go get it. I don't care.
Is it in the fridge?
Yeah, it's in the fridge.
Okay,
She
then I'll
wants to
leave
do the
them.
cod liver oil on live video. She did it yesterday and she freaked out. I'm surprised she wants to do it again. The other one,
And the green juice are good because I can't.
Carol says you're beautiful.
Thank you.
We think she's pretty cute.
Like this size teaspoon?
No, you need the big one. You need the big one
We need 2 or 1.
too. I don't want your cooties.
I don't have cooties.
I bet you do.
Boys have cooties. Except for Daddy. He's pretty.
Daddy's pretty.
He's handsome.
Okay. All right, hold this. Can you do it without shaking? Are you gonna really take it? You think it'll be better cold?
Yeah, Jalen said.
Okay. Hold it really steady and up by your face so you can just move your face to it. There you go.
You do it with
Well,
me.
you got to do it first because I don't want you to spill cod liver oil all over you. What do you think? Is it better cold? Nope. You don't like it still? Well, way to be a trooper and try it again. All right, I'll see you guys later. Have a fantastic day.